One more check, Lord.
You're live streaming now, it seems.
I am? One.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Gone too late. Too late to know.
Oh, what happened?
No, it says we're live streaming already. And this it's coming
Good
up.
morning from Jamaica.
Are Jamaica in it?
Yeah, good morning from Mandeville.
I think they have foreign.
For the distinction, good morning from Mandeville, from cool Manchester Central. In fact, I should show, I have Masters weekend, so school is in. So all kind of things out there. Parking lot, the rest of the building, students are here, taxis out the street, driving up and down, church beside school.
It's a new building.
College.
It's a new building.
No, it was deliberately built like that, with the outer, just like you see the bricks on the inside.
Oh, cool.
That's a portion of it. That's the view from my office.
Oh, that's a lovely view.
Can be nice too.
So good morning, everyone. I'm in Jacksonville. It was a little cold. I was under the weather. It's getting a little warm. It fluctuates a lot here, so you'll get sick. But it's still a lovely day. I see people joining. Good morning, Laverine from Atlanta.
Ooh, Atlanta in the
Yeah, Vandell from Ottawa, Ontario. Good morning. Yeah, they're supposed to be cold. Princess Myra, good morning. Tell your family and friends to log on. We are here, ready to go. A lot of interesting topics today.
I don't know about no interesting topics. Where get it from? Where get it from?
Every topic we touch on is. Oh, Janet from Brampton. Hello, Janet.
From where?
Brampton, Ontario.
Brampton.
That's a rich people neighborhood. I'm sure it's a rich people neighborhood. That yes. So she rich.
No matter come drop the woman, and draw her out.
For sure that she rich. Oh boy. The topic that Diana took me on the other night, but we couldn't talk too much about because we had Dr. Pike on when the night when certain people this way. The night Diana when
wasn't feeling well. She wasn't feeling well. You told mix up.
Sick. Yeah, mix up and blend.
Mix up. You can't create film on Twitter. Mix up.
Yeah, mix up.
All right. I was late setting up everything that I was talking while I was setting up the stuff. Anyway, good evening, good morning to you guys, beautiful people. The people them on the set with me this morning. That's Diana Davis Smith and Michelle Fanger. Good morning to you. Good morning to the persons who have already signed on and the ones that were waiting for us to come on. Lord of mercy, Lord Fiona. We say, Jesus, I feel good anytime when I come on. Anytime when I come on and say, hey, a Brampton I come from, or Canada, or a New York, hey, them think they make me feel really, really good. So please tell me, tell us where we want to come from.
Oh, we have somebody from Prince Pula, St. Mary.
Is that right? Oh, who that?
Vandell.
Vandell is a Prince Pula fan.
Yeah, from St. Mary.
Oh, live in St. Mary now?
Okay, so Prince Pula.
Oh, no, is this Prince Pula from St. Mary?
Oh, no. Oh. Prince Pula died last month.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the funeral briefly on Thursday, and then I gave a little tribute to him on Friday or something like that. And it was, Prince is somebody who I felt helped me with this music business, who helped me him put me on the big set to play, make me play and teach me how to drive. He showed me that I am different from a lot of people and said I should go to college and, better myself. And then when I went to college in drive, give me a drive.
Let me ask you something. So you had a run set before you go to school?
Yeah. I was playing on sound system, from 19.
So you could have like one big set.
Big sound set right now, yeah. From 19.
While your dance crowd.
But I remember how he when I went to college, he sent not to college, but to orientation. He sent a driver for me and took me to Montego Bay for the whole day and waited for me and then took me back. When I got married, I got married on a Sunday. He gave me the same driver Sunday morning, drove to Montego Bay, get married, go to all kind of stuff, and then turn back and go back to Montego Bay, go back to St. Mary, because I was working in St. Mary at the time. So I was going to Montego Bay to get married. And I mean, he taught me how to drive stick shift, but the stick shift, the car was on, the steering was on the left-hand side. It's a van, it's an American GMC van. And we went to play sound system all up on the hills of St. Mary, Gale, Hazard, Hood Park, Jeffreytown, Jessica, all of these places we went to play sound. And I really, it's really a good feeling to know that I had him as a friend, because he was a real true friend up to me. And I only spent about 3 years with him, just about 3 years. Because all the other years I had left and gone to Montego Bay, gone to left and come to America. And we never really kept in touch that much. Aside from a few years ago, I went down, it's like in 2006, 2007, I went down and told him that I'm in Aracabesa. Or no, I was in Montego Bay. And he says, "You're coming to see me?" I say, "Yes, I'm coming." And by the time he get to his place in Aracabesa, he have one big pot of soup with lobster and shrimp and dumpling. And I mean, it was really, really.
Oh, gosh.
Really
real kind of warm-hearted Jamaican man, them.
Yeah,
fabulous. As how we Jamaicans really have grown up. And I think that we have lost the passion to be kind to each other. So somebody coming over, him run a boat for you.
Yes, run a boat.
We somebody coming over now, them say, "Me go up and eat dinner." We can't eat dinner until them gone, selfishness. So, but it's true. So we need to get back to that kind of warm Jamaican. I love that story. Love that story, Leo.
Yeah, really, really, really warm.
Thanks for sharing that.
Good morning, everybody. It's time for us to talk about Diana's passion. Diana's passion is education. And this week there was a big announcement about 7 years of high school for kids going to high school. 7 years, lot of mercy. No more fifth form graduation, automatic mandatory matriculation from fifth form to sixth form. 2 years in sixth form, and you don't have no choice. Diana, take it from here.
Let me tell you. You said 7 years of black whatever coming in, 7 years of something coming in.
Black Star Liner coming in. 7
years of high school coming in for all. Not a bad idea, the concept of it. The timing, dreadful, not now. The need for collaboration and conversation is no, in order to ensure the implementation is that it is accepted, that it's embraced, that it is clearly understood by all stakeholders. So it needs to be understood clearly by parents. It needs to be understood by the institutions that are being asked to implement, to facilitate this implementation. It needs to be convenient. It cannot be something that becomes a burden for students, and it needs to be relevant to the development, to the social development of the nation. All of these factors must be addressed before you come and just implement something or just declare that this is.
Are you saying, Diana, that there wasn't any conversation with the stakeholders that this is coming and these are the implications and so on? Is that what you're saying?
My own research has showed me that the conversation, that there has been discussion, not discussion, there has been meetings, and these meetings have in instances spoken about it. But to say that there has been a dialogue or there's been discussion or there's been a mutual, there's an agreement of the minds as to how, when, and what it's going to look like, no. But there have been meetings, there have been town meetings that something is declared. There's a meeting with principals and something is declared, but there's no.
So it was declared, it was not dialogue. It was not dialogue that,
no,
hey,
there's no dialogue.
we're thinking about this. What do you
my
think?
research says that there has been no dialogue at that level. There has been discussion with tertiary institutions, and I'm aware of it because I've sat in some of those discussions. But the discussion centered around a facilitation by us at the tertiary level for this sixth form program, recognizing that the high schools would only be able to keep the students in pathway 1, which is what they would keep anyway. And then those students.
Hold on. Who for that?
Jamaica, that would be
I'm near the road.
Hold on. I want to sound that me a year.
I hear trucks.
Okay.
So tertiary institutions have been having the discussion as to how we would facilitate pathways 2 and pathways 3. These are students who would have less than 5 CXC pathway 2, and those who would have had none pathway 3. So that was the dialogue. The high schools have not had such intense discussions.
All right. Go ahead, Michelle.
No, I'm saying like from my, well, I don't understand what's happening, and I don't think anybody really gets what's happening. And based on what you're saying too, Dr. Diana, they didn't do a good job of relaying the information and telling us what they're doing and what they're implementing and as to why they're implementing it. So there's a lot of questions, very confusing. So I'm not sure what they're planning to do.
So you know, what a declaration is it means that if I declare something, it means that I know what's best for you, and I am declaring that this is going to happen, and I don't care about what you think. I know what's best for you. And that based on what I'm listening to Diana saying is that the declaration did not include build-up dialoguing. It did not include the stakeholders having discussions as to what is good, what is bad, what is implementable. Is there, Diana, is there
what we can do now and what we can do next phase, phased introduction. So you want to take it for the high schools to manage it. Nothing wrong with the high schools doing it, but you can't ask an institution that is already strapped for space in the middle of a COVID pandemic without space to recognize the protocols that need to be exercised. And then on top of it, you're saying the 400 students that graduate from your institution, you must keep them for another year. Where the hell are you going to put them on next year?
All right. So are we retiring? I'm looking at implications now, right? Are we still retiring teachers at 60 years old?
Yes. I don't know what they retired them at, but young teacher one just passed me in the corridor just now, who telling me that she retired. She's a young green girl who's supposed to still at school and teach.
My question is, are they considering extending the teachers' contracts so that those extra 2 years will be covered with teachers? Because if teachers are retiring at the rate that they are, we're going to need more teachers to accommodate the 2 years, the 2 extra years for sixth form.
We will have to await another declaration.
Jesus Christ. Why?
Or I don't know, probably the dialogue is taking place with people who are retired or retiring, so it wouldn't include.
So we're going to bring them back. The one them we're just retired, we're going to just bring them back.
It wouldn't include me.
All right. So let's look at the good part of this now, which Diana, when you came on and you started talking, you said it's a good thing. It's a good thing because Diana, tell me.
Well, it's a good thing to have an opportunity to retain students in school for a further 2 years.
I'm listening.
It is a good thing from a social perspective because you detain those students from the workforce. So it makes your unemployment rate looks good.
Yes.
It's a good thing because you also detain these students from the general population. So chances are they won't get caught up into gangs at the rate at which they perhaps would have had they all 400 left high school at that time. But it just means that you're pushing back the problem for 2 years because you still will have to address unemployment issues. You still will have to address the social challenges of engagement and that before. So it's a good thing from those two perspectives. It's not a good thing for parents who are children who know that there are 3 other children coming up behind and you need to join the workforce so that you can help to send the other 2. Because
so they're stuck. You can't just say I leave school at 5th form because, you know, me have enough subject, me have 12 subject, me pass 12 subject, and me can't go work. Me can't leave, me have to stay another 2 years.
But I struggle.
I'm asking.
Well, I don't know if it would seem so. If there's a declaration that is 7 years you must stand in school, then clearly you're not supposed to leave. But if I run in my supermarket and my son, all him going to do after the end of the years is chop saltfish and bag up my flour, he need to leave at 5th form and come chop up my saltfish and bag up my flour. Why he must sit down there for 7 years? And I know that he's not going to do nothing after that.
Not to cut you off, but didn't they say, based on one of what I read, was that for some of the children, they're gonna put them into like a training program.
Okay.
But I don't want my child in no training program. I want to send my child away to school. Do you know that we have other institutions in Jamaica who will not insist on that 7 years because they have nothing to do with what Jamaica dictates. Them don't do CXC, them don't do that, them do American exams, and like for the American society.
So here are some of the things that I considered, right? Which is good. We are actually, and I'm thinking that the declarance.
The declaration.
The declarance. The people who made the declaration. The declaration. So I'm thinking that the declaration, the thoughts behind the declaration is that, listen, we're coming out of pandemic, right? We're coming out of pandemic. We already have a 30%, or is it 30% or 70% unattached youth in our country, right? Is it 30%? 30%, right, Diana? 30% unattached youth in Jamaica. If we allow these other students who are about to graduate to leave school and not have the competencies to be a part of the workforce, then we are putting out some students who are going to add to that unattached youth that will make it more than 50%. So let's keep it at 30% by keeping these kids in school so that we don't lose any more of that 70% of the workforce. And so, I mean, I can see the thought behind that. I can see the thought behind, because if you allow some of these kids to leave school, they're going to they may be going to gangs, they may be going to crime, they may be going, I mean, it's a possibility. So there's some goodness that coming out of it from the declarance.
Declarance sound like Delawrence.
Let's take some comments, Michelle. Because she had dying to read them.
Not really. Sandra says, a warm good morning, Queen Diana, Queen Michelle, King Leo, and fellow listeners. BM says, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Joni said, good morning, Xavier, Michelle, and Diana.
Who's Xavier? Good morning, Z.
That-
Okay, all right.
And
all
Leo,
right.
It's
new name.
Leo. His
It's
name is
Leo.
Leo. For some reason, we weren't listed anywhere. I missed a whole week. Peter said, corrected her and said it's Leo. Thank you, Peter. And he said, good morning. I'm not sure if I lost some of the comments, but that's what I have.
Okay, that's cool. All right, and so I'm glad that Diana has seen the light because I'm really ready for jump on her this morning. You know, because she jumped on me Tuesday night when me never have no.
Before you go into that, we have one
Never have
comment.
no facts.
Before you go into that, one comment. Johnny said, ridiculous. Why can't they provide internships across sectors in Jamaica? They need a better infrastructure across industries and government. Totally ridiculous, this ignorant band-aid pittance. Is Jamaica not about developing the country? And she said, sorry, typo while multitasking.
I know the entire comment that she made is typo. Okay, the entire
No, not a typo in there. She is spot on.
from the declarants, of course.
Because come to think of it though, at the end of the first 2 years, what you going to do with all of them putting there now? For them still unemployed, you know.
All right, no. I think that I got a document a while ago.
And they're employing them?
No.
So them still unemployed. Answer my question. Them still unemployed.
What's wrong with them, man? Let me don't chat, man. Let me don't chat.
I ask you if them have job put on for all.
They are not job, man, but they have better opportunity.
So they're unemployed. All right, they're unemployed.
They have a better opportunity for job because based on this document that I just got, many of the students who are going to sixth form, first and second year in sixth form, are going to be going to technical and vocational schools so that they can learn. Diana, is that you?
What?
Me hear some knocking.
Wasn't that just what I said about them getting some training?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just got a document,
Michelle, I tell you that already.
And he just ignored me as
Michelle
always.
Did tell you that long time. You behave like you just come upon some newfound deep research.
Michelle, no, I am supporting what she said. I mean, I've said it, but I'm support. That's why I brought it up. The document that I just
clearly, you're speaking like one of those. Sure, speak clearly.
Continue.
Me not remember what I say. I remember thing what I say.
Don't be like that. You're well member.
Anyway, so if for sure that they are going to take those students, some of those students who didn't pass enough of their CXCs and put them in a path program that says you are going to be mechanic because you have shown the competences. You are going to be a hotel worker or a cook or a chef or whatever it is, and make them the best hairdresser that they can be at the end of 2 years and certify them before them leave so that they can, one, go and work at somebody, or two, start their own business. If that is the plan, then I am for it. But 5 years in school is enough.
High school,
and should be given the opportunity. It shouldn't be an automatic thing for certain students who have met the qualifications to going into university. Because at 5 years, you would have gotten all of the learning the way you can academically to move into university. And you shouldn't stop beating them.
Yeah, that's true. Because remember, in high school, we used to do practical. So while if they want to give them the associate degree during that period, they can actually give them like 10 to 11th grade if they're showing an interest in, like hairdressing. I forgot, I saw some high schools did have those programs like hairdressing. They had like where they're doing mechanical stuff, like some high schools do it.
I think the technical school can do that, but the 2 years in sixth form is for that. Is for that, yes. So
yeah, it makes sense. But they can do it, as I said, in 10th and 11th grade, like train them so they get the certifications.
The sixth form was really designed to to develop, when some institutions have a philosophy and have held a philosophy for sixth form to create leaders for leadership development. It's not so much for professional growth or career guidance. It's for it's for leadership development. That was the intent of sixth forms, and a lot of the traditional high schools still hold that to be true, that they develop the skill sets of leaders in sixth form one.
So when they use the community college, like, are they going to use the community colleges? Because
well, I don't know, because the initial discussion was that in conjunction with the community colleges and the private institutions, some private institutions, you would facilitate the career development, which are the vocational training. But then all of a sudden there was this, what Leo called declaration. And then I really can't, the truth is I'm confused a little bit as to what the high school is expected to do.
The hard thing about this is that the only way we actually get the information that we need to get about this is via the news, the declarations. And it's never has enough information to give us enough thoughts about exactly what's going on.
That's true.
And it leave a lot of voids. So it causes us to talk about things that we're not supposed to talk about.
What, education? We must talk about education and the growth and social development of
we don't know what sixth form is about. I don't know what sixth form is about.
Well,
you said it was originally set up. You said it was set up for sixth form was set up for people who are becoming leaders. No, that can change. It can set up also for vocational leaders.
Right, and you can set it also for vocation training, but there are certain institutions who must be aligned and built. Their capacity must be built in order to deliver it. The other thing that I have a challenge with is that if you are going to have high schools giving associate degrees, which are guided by the University Council of Jamaica, who is assessing that in the high school? So those are questions that the tertiary don't have no mix-up in high school. It's two separate sectors. You talk about competencies that by the end of the students who traditionally would not make it to sixth form because they have not passed the number of subjects, and we are going to make them mechanics. You're going to say to them, after 5 years of frustration in high school, 2 more years of frustration, now you're going to be a competent mechanic. I think that you need to look at their capability from them entering school at first form to determine who is best suited for what. And you begin to channel those natural competencies. You think when me don't know past 0 CXC, you're going to tell me how me bright and good and me stunt mechanic, me who dunks?
So what are you saying then? So because we are confused, we are not so sure what the sixth form is about. It looked like then there's only one purpose for these 2 years, these extra 2 years, to reduce crime.
No, multiplicity is to reduce crime, is to impact the unemployment rate because they're not entering the market, so you can't be numbered amongst the unemployed. But also, thirdly, you're really genuinely giving a career, helping people to develop alternate careers. But
hold on. But you're not sure that you say you're not sure about that for real. You're not sure about the career development thing.
But I'm from the perspective that I know as a tertiary institution that I can support a number of high schools around me, and I have students here in an alternate sixth form program at my tertiary institution.
I know that.
I can build that capacity. So I know that I'm building the skill set. But the truth is that you don't want for them to finish fifth form, feel totally frustrated, and then you say, oh, never mind, come your dunks, but let me teach you something.
All right. So from fifth form, we expect them to either go to university, the academics, right? To go to university or community college for some, and others go to the workplace, right? From fifth form. No.
Or some go to sixth form. So from fifth form, some will go to traditional sixth form.
Yeah, but
some will go off to tertiary.
But now we have a community college that can be an academic path, and it can also be a career path. How does how does the sixth form impact the community colleges and the teachers colleges?
In some instances, they are asked to facilitate some of the sixth form programs, which would be the pathways 2 and the pathways 3, which is why I say to you, I know of the sixth form program against that perspective and with that kind of approach. Thank you very much. You must talk. That brings sweet potato, put it for me. That brings sweet potato.
I want to see it. But don't make mistake about the question. It says that the sixth form is going to be.
Oh no, eating on the show.
Eat a pie. Eat it. Could I read some of the comments or you want to continue, Leah?
No, okay. This woman throw me off, man. Anyway, the sixth form is going to be coordinated by the high schools, not the community colleges. Because I'm getting confused.
Me too.
Because if the sixth form is 2 more years in high school, it means that they're prepared to provide 2 additional years and space for the students to be there. But you just said that the community colleges are going to facilitate. I don't know. I'm confused.
Yes. So the tertiary institutions, me, Catholic College of Mandeville, I offer the alternative sixth form program. So students who finish from whichever high school can come here to do their sixth form program. That was a discussion. That was the understanding. Then all of a sudden there's a declaration and those schools can now offer the same sixth form program that I was scheduled, put in place to offer and to facilitate.
So have you gotten any declaration that you will get additional students from those high school, or you got a declaration that says no more high school kids coming to you?
Sorry.
So did you get any declaration that no more high school kids coming to you? They're going to
No, high school still. No, there was no formal communication to say that no more students are coming. Students will still come. Students might still come if after they go back to their school say we really don't have no space for you.
Oh, so it's not. Yes, so this is a problem. Because there should be a declaration that says Diana School is going to host all of these students before you.
No, there should be a declaration and you stick to it, because there was such a correspondence and a negotiation that certain tertiary institutions will support these institutions by offering, and these are what they're offering. So you go ahead and you put in place, you hire staff, you train people, and then you hear that the school just is 2 minutes up the road.
We'll be doing it to
their
a
sixth form program because this is the declaration.
Yeah.
Well, I agree. They're not clear. I agree. They're not clear, and they maybe are premature in putting out this information. Yeah, because obviously it's a lot of confusion. Yes. Nobody knows what is happening. So they may be, because even themselves are not sure, because the minister said no graduation.
Yeah.
I guess. And then the minister under her, the next day.
Hold on. Make this clear. It's the state minister or the junior minister, okay?
Junior minister. The one under her, right? So
no.
The junior minister, the junior minister said, no, that's not what we're doing. They're going to have graduation. So it's like a little bit of confusion.
There was an announcement about their graduation. Are you kidding me? Oh,
yeah, that no graduation.
Okay, so one minister says there is no graduation, and the state minister says there will be graduation.
Well, they might have had a meeting after and they changed the perspective and he declared it. So there must be that the minister.
Well, besides when said that happened, but he said no.
He said no.
That's not what
he said no.
So they are having their own confusion. So how will we understand what is happening? You know what I mean? They have to get it together for us to understand. But we have a lot of comments.
Okay.
Teacher Will they get an associate degree from the extra 2 years?
Ask Diana.
Will they be Dr. Diana, or we're
Well, it
still
depends on
confused?
what they're pursuing. So the students who have the 560 will go on and do their CAPE. That's pathway 1. The students who have less than 5, but have math and English, have the possibility of earning an associate degree. So they can earn an associate degree in housekeeping, in computer repairs, solar insurance, motor vehicle maintenance, whatever it is. But those students who have 0, none, or 1, that does not, they won't earn within the 2 years any associate degree. They would perhaps earn at different levels of certification from heart, but not at an associate degree level.
You know, that is good. But you know what?
What do you mean by good? What do you mean by good?
I love what you said, but
Come on. No, but you can't say that's good.
Listen, I was just going to say, for some reason, I had salt mackerel on my mind. I don't know. I don't know. Eric Hall said the 7 years of high school seems excessive. The time would be better spent in vocational training program after high school. I agree. Diana said, good morning.
But remember, that it includes 2 years of vocational training, if that is the route that the student wants to go. So it does incorporate some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Diana said, good morning, folks. Woke up to light snow flurries this morning and love me some snow. VM said they can have a co-op program where their interest lies. Joni said, teach
but we don't have enough industries to facilitate co-ops. We don't have where we're going to send them. Who have many no backside, not there for you send them go intern there. So we don't have enough productivity.
Johnny said, teach them how to develop the country. Carpenters, construction, electricians, plumbers, building maintenance, groundskeeping, teachers aid.
I think, Joni, when last I got Jamaica, we're not adding things anymore. Everything, make, pre-make and sell. We're not no carpenter anymore.
Yeah, that's true. But I like the thing about teachers aid, nurses aid, and hospital workers. They could do that because you know you need the portals, so you need people to do other things.
But how much of them tell you say them not come with no nursing, them not come with no bio, they not come with no science, so you're gonna teach them nurse aid in a 2 year. How much of them tell you say they want to turn nurse?
And that's true. Tony said, get heart involved, engage them, get them to deliver vocational courses. No need to reinvent the wheel. Make it an option for those who have the aptitude and interest to graduate, leave with practical skills and a valid certification.
Do you think that they don't want to offer the option because they know that people are not going to take the option?
What the hard trust?
For the extra 2 years in school. They made it mandatory so that they will get maximum attendance instead of giving them the option so that, you know, because if you give them the option, they probably won't show up.
Leo, when you make it mandatory, you're still going to find them at the stoplight or wipe your windshield at all hours of the day. Because up to that stage, they're supposed to be in school. And how many politicians and all of us drive past and see them at the windshield? And you know, so they're supposed to be at school, 1. So what is going to change? Really?
I agree with you.
What I think will change is that they'll get some people off the streets. And I think it has a lot to do with pandemic. I think it has a lot to do with these past 2 years where students are not in school. They have not been able to effectively reach them, and they don't know what they're doing. And the best thing to do is to bring them back into a structured situation where they can have some sense of understanding of what they're doing out there, rather than leaving them out there to swim for themselves. Bring them in, continue their education for another 2 years so that we at least can prepare them for something. I think I think it's a pandemic decision, but wasn't probably discussed. Not dialogued enough, but rather just declared. And I think it's misunderstood. It will be misunderstood.
It is. It is misunderstood.
I probably want to agree to an extent, Leo, that the need to bring the students back for 2 years. But for me, it would be that you bring the student back because they have lost 2 years.
Yes.
And if they have in fact lost 2 years, then we need to be redoing the 2 years. All research show that there has been more than a 40% loss of learning amongst our students. So to take me back because I have failed my CXC and to put me after 6 months without addressing my deficiencies, it's not helping me.
Please explain loss of learning. Is loss of learning loss of what you have already learned and now you're only 60% of where you were before, or lost the opportunity for learning? Which one is it? Is it lost the opportunity for learning or you get done, sir?
Well, either which way you get done, sir. Because it's a loss of learning in that when the pandemic started January 2020, let us say, you were in a grade 4, you're in fourth form, and you were reading at a fourth form level. 2 years later or 1 year later, you have completed school, but you have not advanced in terms of your reading standard to the 5th grade standard.
So you're back at grade 3.
And you have regressed to grade 3 standard. So what you really need is some remedial work. So if you're taking me back for 2 years to allow some assessment and then remedial work to be applied to bring me back up to par,
grade 5,
close enough, then it makes sense for me.
Okay, all right. So you have to make that clear to people. You know? If you don't make that clear, people understand what I said. So the regression is a big problem, and the loss of opportunity for learning at the grade 4 and grade 5 level is a big problem. So when you go back, you have, all right, so you lost that 2 years from grade 4 to grade 6. So there's no learning, no structured learning between 4 and 6. But then you also lost 1 year of learning because you weren't practicing. So you're going back to number 3. So now you have to get number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Oh my God, that's 4 years.
And then add to that now, you have passed your PEP exam and you have gone off to high school.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Strong points. More comments.
Yes.
Jody said, why do we need the additional form or year in school?
I was going to explain that. I hope they get that and explain it.
All right, let me just read our comment. Yeah. Put the folks out there. Academia is academia for teaching and possibly professional and business leaders. There are far too many gaps for them to do this. No thought, just talk. Erica said Jamaica needs to do something different with its youths to lower the crime rate. Denise said, don't you have 6th form for secretarial, administration, etc.? I'm not sure. Johnny said, start internship at the end of 4th form.
No, remember them usually go Duff's Business College. You don't remember that?
Hey, Duff's there's another one. I don't remember what the other one name. It was Duff's and something else.
I go Mr. White Man School. If you come from
about the White Man School. Johnny said, start internship. Johnny said, I just read that. Start internship at the end of 4th form. Remember, not everyone needs to be in school or spend time in academia. What is a goal once you finish? Be reasonable. Peter said, Leah is such a hater. Show him the pudding again, Dr. Diana.
Do not.
Show it. Sandra said, Bestie, what are you eating? It must be sweet. It's making you dance. Share now. I didn't see the pudding comment. Walk away for a bit. Johnny said, vocational and technical training build the country. Johnny said another route would be to have school designed to encourage routes for specialists. At year 9, when options are chosen, give them the pathway choices based on aptitude and interest. Pupils then could transfer into year 10 with specialized curricula for the arts, music, visual applied, motor vehicle training, sewing skills, hospitality training, IT. The list is endless, which they follow for the next 3 years while completing international certificates, not just locally recognized courses, to give them the option of either leaving high school ready for work or to go into further, more specialized training for full degrees. Wow, June, that's really a great
I think
suggestion.
Joni is an educator. Is Joni an educator?
Okay, you're in our parliament, right? Our government that will be forming will be on education. Leah said, Johnny said, Leah, you still build houses, buildings break down. I guess when you said they don't need plumber, carpenter.
Okay.
PM said, in high school, not the children who passed their exam that was common entrance prior. Johnny said nurses' aides are not practicing nurses, but assisting the professional under supervision by working in a hospital, nursing homes, and community. There's training that can be done in 6 weeks. Yeah, they have that here with on-the-job and in-service annual program. Of course, I have a US, Canadian, etc. process.
We don't have 6-week training in Jamaica for Jamaica nurse aides. It is a longer period, and it's not as clear-cut and seamless as it is in the Canada and US.
Okay, so I just said, end this nonsense. Just vote for PM Diana, and she will declare reforms. Declare her Leo for Queen Diana. Paulette Chambers said good morning. June says, I agree with you, Dr. Diana. Loss of learning, both opportunities for and concrete teaching and learning to address it must be addressed in the first iteration of extended schooling. Junie said, it's not June, it's Joni.
So thank you, Joni. Thank you, Joni. We don't know why she called
like
June.
June.
We don't know why I call her June. June.
It's like June. Thank you for that correction. Great suggestions, people. We're onto something, and with these brilliant minds, we'll get it done.
On the Diana, I had Diana, the tutelage of Diana for Prime Minister. I do like the idea about because once a child reaches grade 6, you can pretty much see what their aptitude is in. You know whether they are an academic, or they are a mechanic, or and the teacher can help to guide. And so instead of block pushing people into schools, we should spend some time and say, okay, where did our technical schools then go anyway, and the comprehensive schools and the dentals, where did those go? Because they all became academic schools overnight. Nobody's doing the comprehensive and technical schools anymore. What happened to them?
We have a few. I know you have Herbert Marson comprehensive. Like a lot of children want that option. Like they don't want to go to like the Westwood or the Mobile High.
Exactly.
I'm sure it's still a comprehensive school, because I'm sure that they have removed that terminology. So you don't have a very technical. You have a very technical, but it's a high school. You don't have a Frankfield comprehensive with that kind of approach that caters to the community and recognizes the challenges of that sector. So there's still a need for that kind.
Because I remember they have Nakalva. Do you know Nakalva?
Yeah. Nakalva is a vocational school now.
That wanted to do training, like wanted to do farming, agriculture. That was their school, like.
Right, but by this measure, now them have to go wait until the end of 7 years of high school.
7 years, they can't get it. They can't get it. If you father, I'm going after.
By the time them father Yamfield mash up.
Lot of mercy, no, but once it starts, it keeps going. I mean, me not agree with Diana, but it just have to start. It just have to start.
The Yamfield.
No, I think about it. I'm thinking that's not good though. Can they already have something in place?
I think that what Diana's idea about sixth form is, I like it. I think that sixth form should be executed at the existing community colleges, and those are set up for people
or the other tertiary
or
institutions.
the other tertiary teachers colleges and stuff. That is what it's set up for. I remember Dr. Simon Clark when he introduced a sixth form kind of a deal, a vocational deal. Well, it wasn't vocational, it was academics. Before you actually enter college, Sam Sharp, if you don't have enough subjects, in a preliminary program, a pre-college program where you go and take your exams, and then by the end, you determine whether or not you get into college or you go home.
Yeah, Sam Sharp does it. I remember friends who did it, to decide if they want to go to teachers' college.
Yeah, and so here are a lot of options available for the sixth form. We could put them into pre-college if they want to become teachers. We could put them at the community college if they want. You could do heart. You could have more heart schools around that they provide them with 2 years of the. I think it could be well thought out, Diana, and make a very big impact on our economy and on personal development for people.
Leo, I quite agree with both the sentiments that both of you have expressed. And then it allowed me to recall that, in fact, 3 years ago, there was another agreement executed wherein we would take students from fifth form who don't have the subjects at the end of fifth form and do 2 years, give them an associate degree in teaching, and then allow them 2 more years of regular tertiary to get their teaching degree.
Absolutely, I love that.
But then in the same breath of this execution and this trial and ensuring that it is efficient and being run, want to come with this one that I move again? Like play some bad cricket, you know, and you say bowl Yorker and them a bowl pure Yorker, and then the man just sit up and say Google.
They call it, Google.
But yeah, that's crazy because I remember I remember UTech had a program, and I'm not sure if they still have it, where the children go to the community college and do 2 years. In the 2 years, they do a lot of practical where they set up their shop, they sell, they do all that stuff. And once they pass it, then they go to UTech for a year.
Right. And
why are we in such a hurry to declare these things without giving proper thought? Because we have enough persons who are practical enough to understand the needs of government, to understand the needs of the people, to understand the needs of the economy, and can make decisions and make suggestions that will work for the best of Jamaica. Why are we in a hurry to just what do you call it again? Paint, broad brush, everything, boom, and declare, broad brush and declare. That makes no sense.
Despite the evidence of the research and the science and the practice in other territories.
Well, we know they don't follow that.
You know?
Well, they better be following the show, because we are giving them good suggestions right now.
You know, we should have probably get a little suggestion to West Indies cricket team. What a piece of team though. You want to see how the woman them win them competition? The West Indies woman them whitewash Pakistan. Yeah.
That's good.
You don't understand Wagwan and stuff. Never even know nothing about woman cricket.
You know, but West Indies cricket team, we tell us we are bold. Some the girl make in a 50 and a 50 over match we are playing, and they make 100 and odd one person. The whole team, one person. And them kind of cricket the woman them play.
We have one more comment before we.
But the man didn't lose last week, right?
Man didn't lose long time.
Woman. The world is woman right now. We're the one holding everything.
Are you calling me? Don't call me a woman. I am on the show and I am full man. But I'm telling you, man.
Women are carrying everything now. Men have, the world is woman. Johnny said they need to revise this whole process. Somewhere along the line, somebody copied the US educational system and confused the Jamaican process. They should find that person and find them for disrupting progress. Jamaica needs to look at the country as a whole, determine the gaps and deficiency, then create nation-building programs.
Who said that? Me love you. Me love you. Who said that? Who said that?
Public and private to boost housing, education, employment, etc. Joni, she's so brilliant.
Me love your bad mouth.
J-O-N-I, the other Joni. Not the J-U-N-E, Joni. Yeah, that's what I think too. I think that they try to be too Americanized, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
We need our own identity. We have our own issues. We have our own social challenges. We have our own economic challenges that we need to build whatever we're building our policies to address. And not be just all over the place. Oh, this work in Finland, make us try it. This work in UK, make us try it. Come on.
It's so unfortunate that sometimes when you talk to some of our leaders, the first thing they do is tell you, oh, it worked over here. Look, listen.
I hate that.
It worked in Finland. But the Finnish people, them have different complexion. The sunlight different on them. They have snow. They have air conditioning in the classroom. And so the learning situation is different.
They have a social support system where all students can get food and all the resources that they need. Not just those who are on path, all students.
And then pay extra money to having 2 and 3 teachers in one classroom so that the people, are we willing to provide our teachers with aids so that they don't take the brunt of all of the burden in the classroom? Are you willing to do that to make up to the Finnish standards? Are you willing to spend the money to bring our classrooms into air condition so that our students don't have to be sweaty and not thinking because it's too hot? And are you ready for that? Don't compare.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, but to add on Leah's point, it is a good point. So that's what they should do, though, improve on those things to make education better instead of trying to change the whole thing to something that is confusing. So if they take the time to improve on the ventilation and all that crap, it would be better how to feed these students, how to support them outside of school, so they could function well and be functional in society. That would be much better than what they're trying to do right now. So,
but which school system they have mandatory 7 years? Because I know United States.
Remember, you go all the way up. What grade they stop up here?
And mandatory must go to school.
12, yeah.
There's 6 and 7 and 8. So there's 7 and 8 at middle school, right? 7 and 8 at middle school. And then 9, 10, 11, and 12. We don't have 13 here.
Right, you don't have grade 13 in the US. It stops at 12.
In fact, I wouldn't even put 13 on there because 13 is a bad lucky number.
Okay, don't put it. Jamaica is a bad luck. We've been having a bad luck.
Moving from 12 to 14. I dare tell you that I have not been into a elevator where there's a number 13, okay? So, come on.
Just move from 12 to tertiary. That's all they need to do.
There you go. 12 to tertiary. That is exactly right.
I think though, Leo and Michelle, that make us talk about something more pleasant. No. But that stress me. When we talk about when last time I had a good piece of sweet potato pudding.
When are you gonna mail me one? We'll talk about that. I haven't.
Oh, I
haven't had caramel pudding. I haven't had pudding? I haven't had potato pudding. Leah said the last time once to link up, he was gonna take me on a tour to try different potatoes, puddings and all that stuff.
Really?
Typical politician, just talk, no action.
No politician, Lord. Hey, but listen, I love sweet potato pudding. Right? The thing is, me love cornmeal pudding too, But my uncle love cornmeal pudding when it just come out of the pot. When
Yeah.
it just come off, right? Because it's soft and it's hot and it's nice and
Saggy.
you know the jiggling thing on the top, the jiggling thing on the top, right? So it's nice. But once you go on the fridge, Lord of mercy, burn your stomach and everything. You can't sleep at night time and thing, right? But the
But
sweet
you must just
potato,
warm it up in the microwave.
no, that's not the same. Microwave warming up a pudding is not the same as coming out of the pot pudding. So stop it, okay?
All right.
Because it never warm all the way through. All right.
Cut it thinner.
Oh my. Let me finish talk. Just remember to tell us about that bun from your brother that you had in
Why
the
is it?
party.
Why are you going to my brother bun? Where are you going to my brother bun?
What happened?
No. Don't go to my
You
brother
didn't
bun.
eat that bread bun there?
Yeah, I mean, we still have one. Hold on it.
The bun them smaller than dirt.
I tell you.
No
I
man,
talk
we need
like
Bishop.
that,
We
sir.
don't hear Bishop all these days. Bishop have to go pray for that bun there. All
Johnny
have to
said,
go pray
Dr.
for that bun
Diana,
there.
putting in my application now. Dr. Johnny would love to be a consultant in the
Okay.
administration.
My brother bun, I want to make this Christmas last year. Christmas 2020.
You know, say Christmas now, Leo.
It's coming up. I'm waiting. It's heavy like Jesus and peace are lead. Okay, we can use it exercise.
So it's in the fridge.
No, man. No. It's covered, lid tight, and everything. It's soft. And what I'm about to do right now is order some.
Put some rum on it.
Becky, if you're listening, I'm sure you're listening. I am putting in my order for 10 buns for Thanksgiving. 10 buns. And but me not giving understand.
And
Last
you
year,
10 bun, Leo. You're not tired of get bun.
last year me give away 9 bun and save one. We do not get none this year. Me not giving away none. May I save the 10 bun.
Open up the bun. Put the camera on your bun.
Yeah, open bun, then make we see. Get a knife and cut the bun, make we all.
No. When you see enough of my brother bun is really heavy. Not that
So where your brother make those bun? Because clearly we have to order we own.
I will take the order.
To name them.
I will take the order. I'm gonna pay for it, and then I will send it off. I'm gonna pay for shipping too. But the bun is good. Jeez, let me tell you something.
But why don't commercialize the bun? So I'm not to buy HTV bun.
Let me tell you something. When I put a piece of cheese on that bun, there is no heaven better than putting that bun and cheese in my mouth. No heaven. I tell you.
Well,
good thing I don't know heavy yet.
This much I know. There has to be something good in that bun for it to last from December to now.
It is a lid tight.
There's something in that bun.
Leo, I don't know nobody keep no bun so long. Not even Chris. The only thing people keep so long are when they get married and then see a piece of them wedding cake and then wrap it up properly. Every now and again,
Why
they
they
take out
put
and
it
throw
in
I
one
want
on.
to just stop eating bun my bun. I want to stop on the yai, red yai, and everything. We can talk about potato pudding when we love that. Take on the yai off of my brother bun. Take on the yai off.
Leo, that bun is almost a year old.
So, I want a pan of cheese and wait. So anytime you open this, bun and cheese. Yes. Yeah. All right.
1 year old bun, we have to make one song, Michelle.
So
Johnny said,
One
can
year
we see? Johnny, Joni said, can we see a sample of this bun?
Yes.
Johnny, could take your yai off of my brother bun. Take your yai off of my brother bun.
Leo, we only want to know when you're eating because somebody have to come check up on you when you eat that bun.
Exactly.
Make sure you're all right.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I'm opening my bun on Thanksgiving Day. That will be my
What
Thanksgiving.
video? Do I have video?
I'll create a video. I'm telling you, I will. I'm going to do a video. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the new bun. Remember, I said I order bun from him. That came me ordering 10 bun. Even though you listen, 10 bun they order. So make sure you
No, if you say you're not giving away the bun, why you ordering 10 and you take 1 year to eat one?
let me consider giving some people some.
Ready eye. We have open eye. Your bun last that long.
Yes, it did. It did. And it, no, there's no ginger.
Make us see it.
There's no ginger.
Get a knife.
It's still brown and nice. Hold on, let me see. There's no ginger upon the bun.
Come out of pan.
It can't come out.
Is it ginger keeping
it? It take the form. It take the form of the pan.
The ginger keep it in place. Never mind, you're like a bad man with your bun.
Okay, but you know, I remember when my sister used to make sweet potato pudding. We never had ovens. We had outer door and
Oven.
Do you realize that in order to make the pudding outside on the stove, there had to be 2 pans. There's one pan with water at the bottom, and the other pan has the contents of the pudding on top of that water pan. And then on top of that pan, there is the fire atop, and then below the water pan, there's fire. So the sweet potato pudding is actually steamed rather than baked. Did you know that? Yes, it's steamed. Anybody can help me because the 2 people that understand.
I saw my grandmother used to do it.
All
right, listen. My grandmother used to do it. She used to have like 2-3 bricks, and then she used to push the wood between the bricks. Yeah, and then
a brick of black. But we use rock stone.
Yeah, rock stone. But what she used to do is have the pot with water, like you say. Then she would put the pudding in that another pot with the pudding. But then she used to have one little thin, like look like zinc, but not zinc. How they cut it, and then she put it on top of it, and then she put coal on top of it.
But yeah, you see, this is the first time from we up on the show that this woman understands something. What you never gonna tell you because we don't understand how you know this stuff here.
No, because it's a love watching my grandmother.
And I want to eat the pudding. You don't know if you make the damn pudding. No, if you eat the pudding. You don't make the pudding, but you love eat it.
You know what I've come to realize in life? That everybody has a particular competence. And not everybody come with the same capabilities.
So what?
So Michelle know how to make the pudding.
No. She knows
how to design it, and I know how to eat it. Look at
she can't make one crop. She only see the pudding, the process.
Michelle understands the principle behind the making of the pudding. That is key. You can make it, and I will eat it. Look at such teamwork.
Great teamwork.
Teamwork.
Cause Jamaica for time the way that it did. I look for America and say, okay, me also want to buy the pudding after I make. Me don't want to make it.
No, I don't want to have to buy it. I don't want to buy the pudding.
What do you want to do?
I want the pudding. I don't want to buy the pudding. Buy what pudding? Who here buy potato pudding?
Oh,
somebody usually make this potato pudding for you. Even if you have to buy the things and give to them. Somebody make it. This is Jamaica. I live in Jamaica, not in America.
That's good.
All right.
Christmas
so the pudding where I eat now. The pudding where I eat now. What happen? I buy it or somebody just give it to you?
Well, the institution bought it. And it becomes our snack for today.
Go ahead.
Philip says, good morning. He's watching from his hospital bed.
Oh.
I hope all will work out well. You get also, but I'm glad.
Yeah, get better soon.
I'm glad to hear more. Philip, please take care of my friend and wants to
I wonder if him a couple weeks ago told us about cancer and it coming
But
back.
it was some families, not him.
Oh.
No, he said
Tanya said,
yeah.
Yes, Leo, that's how my grandmother made pudding. wood fire
Okay.
in a pot, and then she would put coal on top of the cover.
All right.
And it tastes so good because the smoke, I don't know how the smoke go through it. It tastes so good.
Okay. So there's on the potato pudding. Oh, no. On the cornmeal pudding, they make some kind of slush with them throw up on top.
It's on the potato pudding to Leo.
Yeah, but the cornmeal pudding need it bad.
It's kind of different, yeah. Because
Yeah.
you can use your hand and wipe it and just lick it.
That's crazy. That's the
I
only
don't know
thing
how to make. I don't know how to make that stuff on the top though.
and it make with butter and sugar. And anybody can help me here? Me know some butter and sugar in there.
Cinnamon in
And
there.
coconut
or-
milk.
Maybe coconut milk. Me don't know. But somebody can tell me. They can tell us out here. But the sweet potato pudding don't necessarily need it because if you steam it over the water, it will cook the potato that's in there, and it really doesn't matter because it's still going to come out soft. And even when you
But
put
it still need that gooey thing on the top. The gooey thing on the top, nice.
what are you telling me? Are you telling me some me don't know how to make sweet potato pudding? Yeah, you
No,
have a
I'm not
greater.
saying that you don't
You know
know
of a greater
how.
pudding.
I'm just telling you that I prefer mine made with a little gooey on the top.
When just because it has coconut milk inside of it, it stays moist. It's unlike cornmeal. So even if
I still want my sweet potato pudding with the gooey on the top. What's wrong with that?
let me see you want to eat.
Me don't eat it.
Yeah. So there are two gratering that takes place when you're making sweet potato pudding. The grater of the coconut and the grater of the sweet potato. You know the grater? You grate it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't put it in blender though.
Jesus Christ.
My grandmother would actually start use blender when she got older. Cause it was easier. Cause back in our day, she have to do
Exactly.
the
You
grater.
put it in the blender.
You know, no can't get me married to you because me want the real woman. Me don't want no fake woman. Me don't want no fake woman at all. None.
Well, no, I'm married to you with your 1-year-old bun.
Leo, but me tell us something. You're
Hmm.
not gonna find a woman there. You know why? Because the young people them not make it like how you want it. I want older people. I'm not gonna say older man, but older people make it that way. So unless you want an older woman,
Me no mind.
feel.
Go on the greater one.
If a woman, if a young girl tell you that she go bake it like that, she only do it for hook you. Once she hook you not see that again. Just telling you.
Yes, Leo. Gone.
Yeah, the
Left
hook.
the man.
All right. That's
Left
it.
wing.
She give me a trick. No, sir.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Oh, yes, Leo. Oh, go ahead. I
No,
saw
no.
some comments.
Go ahead.
Leo, you don't have no comment on
Okay.
YouTube.
My grandmother did not make the slush. Yuck. That's Sandra. Joni said glaze for the pudding. To make it soft top, combine 1 cup whole milk, remaining half teaspoon cinnamon powder, and the dark sugar. Mix until sugar granulates and dissolve. So you go mix it and then you put it.
So what is whole milk? You mean cow milk?
Regular milk, not almond milk, and 1%.
Yeah.
No!
Whole milk.
Our butter me say they use. Me never see nobody they use your milk.
So I
A
just
butter.
say, Leo always act like him know if he cook. And that's somebody else that cook for him. He burn up everything.
But
Joni
no
said
kitchen.
plain milk, just regular milk, plain milk.
Eh? I did not know that at all. Because I don't even like plain milk. I don't like to drink
So
milk.
you go bake a pudding?
So Leo, make a pudding.
Yeah,
I
bake
used,
a
to make,
pudding.
I used to make puddings once upon a time. I never used those kind of milk. I use coconut milk. And me grate the coconut and then eat the little stub. Me grate the coconut. And I've never used old milk. It's never come to, I mean, it's always soft and nice.
I'm going to say my grandmother also used coconut milk because I don't like cow's milk.
Right.
And my mother so I know she used to.
So when you put pudding in an oven, it dry out everything out of the pudding. Did you know that?
Right.
It
Dry.
out every damn thing out of the pudding, everything.
Oh, so it tastes good, like a rock stone.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you have that fire top and fire bottom thing. That's what makes the good pudding.
Yeah.
Diana,
Olivia said, Leo, you grate out the potato and the coconut, the lady will mix it.
Oh, they got teamwork, make the work done easy.
Teamwork make the dream work.
Oh, there you go. Teamwork make the dream work. Oh my God, that's nice.
Only side coconut milk works.
Okay, see, all right. It's cool. Yeah, man. And then when it come out, it's really nice.
So
okay, guys.
Pudding?
Me, yeah, man. I used to make pudding a lot. I had 2 restaurants, man. I owned 2 restaurants in my life. Okay. And one of them, I was the cook, the chef. But I promised myself never to go into the stove again because I burned on my kitchen 2 times. And one of them made me have to run. The other one, me almost dead. So me no no more cooking. Everybody, me got a store. Me find the store that cook the best ackee. I'm buying no fights because I love ackee, right? And you know, Diane, you mentioned you said you made that comment the other night. You said you asked the doctor if ackee is a part of the problem of prostate issue. But after I got off the show, I remember what really made that problem. What? You see, a lot of people cook ackee with a lot of oil, a lot of fatty oil. And it is said that, and I'm not a doctor, but it's my understanding, that prostate issues come from a lot of eating of oil.
Oil?
Yes. Okay. So it's not the ackee that create the problem, it's the whole oil when they cook it with.
If I ever know what's going on in my mind, I had missed last night, about 2 o'clock, when I said oil. You know, like when I said people will have a lot of pent up oil in their back.
Not in back.
Yeah. So there was this ad that talk about a lot of oil. There was this ad on TV about prostate, but they say for men, masturbation helps to reduce, prostate cancer. So men should do masturbation. And then when they said the oil, I'm like,
oh really? That's a real interesting.
Listen to the doctor. Masturbation will prevent, don't go out there and get, what is something name again? Blue something, blue ball. Do not, okay? Make sure that you basically do what the doctor just said a while ago. Masturbate, enough.
So I don't even like nighttime. They run these infomercials that talk
reduce the oil, reduce the pent up oil. That's what you say.
Yeah, reduce it.
Michelle, June sent a note that her message wasn't read. It was you were reading it and you didn't finish reading.
Which one?
I don't know which one it was. I
thought I read all of her comments. I'll go back.
So today's Saturday.
Let me read a few comments before you go. Sandra said we only have 2 milk in country: cow's milk, coconut milk. I used to milk the cow as well. And I said, put a pan of water in the oven to get the moisture. That's a And Philip says, I am on chemotherapy, doing very well with treatment. Going home tonight. Your program keeps me going. My nephew makes an excellent pudding. He lives in Miramar. And Donnie said, Michelle, peer review scientific research.
On what? On pudding? On what? On pudding?
I don't know if I like the prostate cancer. I don't like to cook with oil, so my man would not have that. Well, I would not have that issue.
Yes, I did remember Philip saying that he had contracted.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, it was him.
Philip, we want you to know that we're in full support of of you, and we want to make sure that you're okay. So please keep us abreast of everything that you do, and I'm, what I'm glad for, that you're able to speak on it, because if I could get you on the show, if it's okay with you, you have a personal experience that you want to share with us. Tell us what it is that you have done and that maybe you should not have done, or is this hereditary, or is there something that you could have done? And as you go through chemo right now, what's the kind of feeling that you're having? What kind of experience that you're having? If you, I'd be happy to have you come on with us and talk about it. If you can educate us men about your experience, it would be so nice. So because I'm seeing you writing, the fact that you're writing tells me that you will be able to speak on it. Yeah. And so I'd be happy to have you on the show on Saturday or Tuesday night. All right, and then we'll get we talked about the medical part of it. And the doctor was on with us on Tuesday night. But if we can talk to you, the patient, the person, could give us some perspective. And thank you for sharing. No, man, I had a stroke back in 2008, and for the next 2-3 years when I went to Jamaica, one of the things that I did talk about was stroke and blood pressure, high blood pressure, and so forth, because I felt I needed to share with people, what my experience was. And it felt good talking about it because people tuned in because I had the stroke and people wanted to know what my experience was. And so I had their attention, full attention. So I didn't have a problem talking about it at all. And so I'm happy to be here to be able to express what this was. And what if you don't mind, I can tell you exactly how it happened, if you have the time. But
like you want to talk about your him, or you want to do it on the show?
I can just spend a couple of minutes and tell you about my experience being diagnosed.
Your experience with what?
Having a stroke.
Having a stroke. I was in bed and listen, people.
You just felt numb?
No. Stress is a big problem, right? And if you can talk about your problems with your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, don't hold it back. Talk about it.
Or your mother and your father, what happened to it?
Yeah, because when you bottle these things up, you're hurting yourself. When you hold back the things that you need to say because someone is being verbally abusive to you, and you don't want to respond. Find a way or to say what is that's on you, because when you bottle it up, you feel everything in your body start changing. And I bottled up a lot of things. When a person is coming at you and cussing at you and blaming you and you don't respond, you're bottling stuff up, and it's to your detriment. They are saying what they want to say. So that means they're getting out what they're not under stress. They're saying what they want to say. No, it's for you not to be quiet and speak. Say it. No matter how it come over, say it. Because then you would have gotten it out, and you're not having these bottled up feelings. And that's what happened to me. I bottled up a lot of things.
So there were all these pent up emotions, and it was further aggravated because you kept it pent up and it boiling and boiling and boiling.
I boiled for about 5 hours.
Yeah.
right? I boiled for about 5 hours. Someone just coming at me, cussing at me. I left and came back and still continued, left and came back and I boiled for 5 hours. And then at the end of it all, I felt like there was some shaker. You know the shaker. What a tree don't climb down. Let me show you. You know, shaker. Like a black
and
thing.
the poinsettia.
Poinsettia tree. And it grows something like a long thing. We get black dry.
Poinciana.
When you shake it, that's what I felt in my head the night.
Is that what I brain I run in a head?
You feel like shaking on the head.
The brain gone into chips.
So when I went to the first hospital, you know, they did a CAT scan and found a black area inside my brain, and they said, "You have a problem. We can't treat it. You have to go to another hospital." So they moved me to another hospital, right, and found that I had a vessel bust in my head. So you know, you hear Bob Marley talk about the brain, and not Bob Marley alone, but all of them singers talk about blood vessel burst in the brain, and you know, oh, what that day, oh, that is it. I had a blood vessel burst in my brain. Wow. And luckily, you know, when I woke up the next morning, there was a neurosurgeon at my bedside, and he said, "You want to hear this, Leo?" He says, "Out of the 305 million people in America, only 3% have blood vessel burst in their brain. And out of those 3%, another 0.03% who has the kind of blood vessel that bursts like you do. So you're in that 0.03% of the 3%. And generally, when those people, those 0.03% of those people who get this kind of condition, you have, them not live. Or if them live, them have some kind of deficiencies."
So Leo, he's a real person. Now he's a duppy, you know.
So I am like a duppy walking, really. I am not supposed to be alive, really. Wow. You know, but you know, it took me 2.5 years to stop feeling any kind of, you know, there was a time when for the first 1.5 years or so, every step I took, I feel like a clang of 2 pieces of metal. Pow! Pow! Every step I took. And like
that metal clanging. Where do you sense that? In your head or?
In my head.
Okay.
And so I couldn't walk on my heel because it's the heel that sent the message up there to my brain and clang it. And so when I went running and stuff, so I had to run on my pad, on my foot pad, the front. That was hard, yes? And so for 2 years, I walked and ran and everything. And you know, after about 2 years, I stopped feeling the clanging of the 2 pieces of metal in my head. And so, you know, I told that story over and over and over. But I think the most important thing that you must consider is stress. Because when you put stress, to me, is bottling things up. When you bottle things up, that causes more stress than anything in this world. And so don't bottle anything. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I just went to get my other gadgets so I could get on to read the comments. Thank you very much for sharing that intimate incident with us so that we all can learn from it. As you talked about not being able to walk on your full flat, I can say, wait, say a screechy around in her house. Yeah. I think that particularly men have been schooled not to share not to express their emotions. And I think that particularly educated men are going to always want to be in control. One, because we've been brought up to say, don't express your emotion. Man can't cry, man don't get angry, you know? Or you figure that, okay, if you're going to get angry, then you're going to lose it. Kind of thing. Whatever lose it look like for you. So you never wanted to get there. I don't know. It's quite a learning to have a stroke and to have that kind of probability on your stroke and to survive. Michelle, you know, say Leo is really a dopey man because him really is a dopey because after his stroke, the doctor said that people who have that kind of stroke now usually survive. They're usually dead.
Yeah, so generally die on the third day. Yeah.
Well, God have you here for a purpose. And you have to, you know, follow the word of God because you're here for a reason. Don't waste it. Don't waste your time here. And maybe Adrian have to tell people about strokes because a lot of people, as you say, the warning signs, they don't even know to look for it because if you can tell the warning, you can try to get help before, you know, it hits. And so it's good you're educating people. And I don't think people need to talk more about what's bothering them instead of just sitting there, you know, with all the stress of the world. Sandra says, my mom was experiencing headaches and not eating much. My sister took her to the doctor and she was immediately rushed to the hospital for emergency brain surgery. She had brain bleeding. We almost lost her. Listen to your body, please. Shireen Hall said, thanks for sharing. I had a stroke as well. That is similar, Leo.
Shireen, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you read the part where Philip says, I will be happy to share my experience. Taking it helps, talking about it helps me tremendously. VM said, thank you, Leo, for sharing. Sandra said, yes, Leo, I always stress an open communication in any relationship that you might have, whether it's friendship or love relationship. Open your mouth and speak. If they really care about you, they will listen, no matter what's being said. You hear, Leo? You should always listen.
Hey, listen, I have a lot of comments on YouTube and I didn't. I guess I
asked you, they will fire you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that they were there, and I was on the wrong stream.
Oh.
I didn't I was watching I didn't even notice that I was watching a previous show.
What's going on, Leo?
I'm because I've never ying on here. Neville says, Leo, could you discuss rethinking sixth form and different pathways to jobs and employment or pursuing higher education? We talked about that, and I didn't realize that he was there. Donovan Jones says, I love the idea of addressing the educational crisis in Jamaica. I love also the teachers and nurses aid system. It works in other countries. People have to the desire and needs a chance. Andrea says, hi guys, joined late. However, I believe education should be made mandatory for children up to age 16. During that time, we should determine if they will continue into the skills or in academics. And then there should be the program that continue learning for children who will go off into the skilled areas and being focused on academics. Sean says, just joining, but my thoughts are that there should not be mandatory sixth form, as all students are not academically inclined and may better benefit from the practical experience, practical training. Audrey Humes, good evening. Good evening to you. Good morning. She's in the UK. We have several comments. I'm so sorry about that. Andrea says, although we know it's better to grate the coconut and the sweet potato, it's not pretty to grate them. The fingers usually. I'm not there I run from, but make we're on a different topic now. I'm sorry, guys. I was on the wrong stream and I did not look. I didn't see the comments. I'm sorry. Very, very sorry.
Yeah. So I just said, Leo tired. He works very hard. Please be patient with him. Yeah, seems to always
Sandra, she can't play Jackie Pan so much side. I want to her. Yeah, but that's a good thing. Yeah, you might need to do a show to go through it again.
about
Go through what? My comment, my
the
experience.
stroke. Yeah.
Yeah, and probably we probably need to do a show where
I think
men
we're going to do
share
another
their
show. Yeah.
challenges, men,
Yeah, I think
especially
men.
men.
Yeah.
I think
Focus on
we're gonna do a show on stroke, and we can do one on heart attack and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? We can do
But
that.
make it be men, make the men come and talk, because
Men,
them going
yeah.
like say them not sick.
Yeah, and even when they're sick, they might tell you they all right. They probably
Them
they
they
in their
understand.
sleep. They're gonna get care.
They're not admit to them sick. So again, they're not sharing their emotions and sharing what is happening to them. Oh no, not domain. You're well sick and they're roast with fever, and they say no, they feel fine.
Exactly. And like even with cancer, like a majority of them find out late that they have cancer because they have all the signs, they have everything, but they just, like ignore everything.
You
Till
know
it's
what?
too
There
late.
are comments. There are comments, Michelle, that you're probably missing. You're muted. You're
Well,
muted, Michelle.
Philip said, Leo, I'd be happy to share my experience. VM Heslop says, thanks, Leo, for sharing.
Yeah,
Sandra
but I
said, my
read
mom was
those.
experiencing headaches and not
Yeah, I
eating
read
much. My
those.
sister took her to the doctor and she
Yeah, I
immediately
read
rushed to the
those.
hospital. You read that?
Yeah, I read
Yeah.
all of
I
those.
didn't hear Phillips. I didn't hear you read Phillips' comments. So
She did.
Okay, yeah, I read all of those. And I think a while ago, an ad actually ran, like it disappeared or linked, and there was an ad running.
Oh,
Jesus. Right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's such an important thing to look at your health. I remember Doc saying the other night that your body tells you everything that's happening to you, and you have to respond to your body. I think that at that age, I was 48, and at that
Wow, that's
age,
young.
I wasn't.
How many
listening.
years ago it happened?
Stop asking my age, okay? Stop asking me my age. I'm not telling you my age. All right. But at that time, I don't think I was listening to my body. I think I was ripping and running, and I didn't think that holding the stuff in my mind was detrimental to me at the time. You know what I mean? But it was, and so it's just one of those things. I'm happy that I'm here to be able to tell the story. Hey, I want to sound there again.
Chuck.
I'm happy I'm here. Somebody asked me people asked me a few times, why are you doing so much in philanthropy? And I don't, I tend to, I don't know for sure, but I remember that when I came out of the hospital, I said I wanted to educate people about my situation. And so I turned to that. And for a few years, when I was going to Jamaica, I'd meet with people in their clinics, and the various schools and stuff, and talk to them about it. I've not done that in a while, but I've been doing more different types of education. But my focus, it looks like, is to educate as a result of my experience in the hospital. I decided that I'm not coming out foot first. It was tough. It was tough to be in the hospital, having people take care of it, and people would come in, right? The nurse them. I'm 48 and I'm 6'4", and then the nurse them, male nurse and doctors come in and peek them in and look for me, and I kept wondering why the hell them look for me. But I was in ICU. So I asked my nurse, the male nurse, I said to him, why the hell these people come in and peek for me? And say, everybody knows your age, everybody knows your weight, and they expected you to die. They didn't expect me to. I didn't hear what you said, Diana, but they didn't expect me to live based on the type of illness.
You were overweight?
I was 265 pounds. I am now 212. So I went out to lose a lot of weight over the years. And so, yes, I was overweight.
Okay.
And
Could you post up before picture so we could see?
I post them all the time. I mean, you have not seen my pictures on Facebook when I used to wear my hair, all shiny bumped up and stuff, and up on stage in a fine clothes and all and stuff. My life is. I used to be an MC, right across California. All of the shows, then the big shows, Dennis Brown and Barry Salmon and Bujo. I used to bring these guys, and so I used to wear fancy.
You have your hair again?
I'm trying to listen. I had a hairdresser that would make. We're not hearing you, Michelle. You're muted.
I've never seen those pictures.
I wore my hair long. And then I then put a stick in twist it, and then put a stick in the twist so it stand up straight up like so, or I try to bump it. And I mean, I did so many things in my hair.
How was young girl you do it? Usually when people are go through a phase.
No, at those days I used to have to match the style. I used to the style that was. I mean, I couldn't be going out in the regular, humdrum kind of a way. I have to match what's out there. And so being on stage every night, I used to be on stage 3, 4, 5 nights a week, emceeing various shows, and they're young people shows, and you have to look the part. You have to be the part. And so a part of me was my hair, and I used to do a lot of things with it.
Shireen said, Leo, I was 44 or 45 when she had hers. VM said, I guess he's saying Leo. Philip said no volume. VM said, Leo, you really look good for almost 70.
Right.
Sandra says, as a single parent, stress is a big issue. Growing up, I would never speak my mind, but after going through that, now me talk a lot. People probably think I'm complaining, but I'm actually venting. Diana said, happy you are still here with us, Leo.
Yes. I remember, and I was telling you about the experience in the hospital. You don't get to do anything for yourself. Everything is brought to you and I wondered. I had so much things going through my head. Right, for example, I was on one of the strongest pain medication, and it only lasts for 3 hours. Right, the pain medication. After 3 hours, if you don't get another dose of that pain medication immediately, Jesus Christ, the pain that you experienced, the pain that I experienced in my brain was unbearable. And so I was on lot of something like that, or 2. But what these things do, if I fall asleep, if I'm awake and feel sleepy, people talk to me. All kind of dopey talk to me. My ex-wife was at my bedside one time, and she was there just sitting, and I said to her, "What did you say?" She said, "I didn't say anything." I said, "Yeah, man, you just talked to me." I said, "No, she said, "No, I didn't talk." I said, "Yes, you just said something to me. Don't tell me that you didn't say anything." But these painkillers, morphine. I had morphine sticking up me for 11 days, and Dilaudid. So it was rough.
Leo, what was foremost in your mind when you had the stroke, when they said to you that you're having a stroke? Did you ever think that, okay, this is it, I'm going to not make it?
No, I never thought that, not even for a minute. I said to myself, I am coming out of this hospital. When the guy came up, when I woke up the next morning and he said, these are the percentages of people, I said, how foolish is that, dog? I am coming out. And I don't know if it were meant for me to come out, or it was my will, or it was just not strong enough, not bad enough. I don't know, but I never thought that anything was going to happen to me. And so, but I had to retrain. I had to learn how to walk. I had to learn how to move my hand, because when a trauma hits your brain, it shuts down every muscle. And so I remember having to walk around the hospital hallways, just being helped by other persons. And so, it's not a good experience to be there, to have trauma to your brain. And it was really bad. It was really bad.
I kind of like your positive outlook from somebody who had all that pent up emotion and gave himself a stroke, to taking that perspective that, hey, I'm going to be in control of this thing. It's really quite a turnaround, but, commendable too.
Yeah.
That's good. Positive.
Yeah, really positive. Thanks for sharing that. But it's Saturday traditions. What are your Saturday traditions that you guys, that you used to do when you're growing up, but you don't do now?
Go to church.
You don't
Saturday morning?
Yeah.
All right. Why?
You never go to church?
No, you didn't grow up going to church on Saturday.
On Saturday morning, yeah. When I was in high school, later years of my high school, but not. It wasn't my growing up. Saturday morning, we got a bush, can shoot bud and look girls and things. Yeah. Well, I mean, when I got to high school, 77, 78, 79, I went to church, but on a Saturday morning. But before that, I used to go shoot bud and go play tar, play marble. I go look mango in the mango season. Saturday morning was the highlight of the entire week for me. Go fishing. We could have get up early in the morning, go shoot fish, or go shoreline, a rock side. We always looking something to eat, so we gone a banana walk, gone take down a bunch of banana, ripe banana, or something like that. Orange. We go look orange.
All right, let me ask you, whose banana walk? Was it your family banana walk?
That is not your business. I don't think that
other people banana walk. That you know just.
That is not your business. That is not your business. I don't think that should not be asked at this time. That should not be asked at this time.
Michelle, give me that problem with the banana walk there now.
Exactly. Something there about the banana walk.
We just simply ask her for banana walk because you see, I cut my bunch. Hey guys, I cut my bunch of bananas last week. It was fabulous. 7 hands of the short bananas. Remember me showing them a banana shoot?
Yeah.
It was so pretty. And I get my neighbors get and my friends and so get fabulous banana. Some people call them apple banana, some call it Chinese banana, some call it, we don't know.
So the people on YouTube say, me stop chat because when I ignore me. And that she said, Leo, you're ignoring me. And Andrea said that, but I want to recognize Andrea and Sean and Audrey and Donovan and Neville and all of you on YouTube. I was on the wrong feed. I'm so sorry about that. I'm very, very sorry. I don't want to forget.
You are a stroke. But what is it? So that's what you did growing up. Michelle, you would grow up going to church on a Saturday morning. Is there anything that you used to do that you miss, that you can't do, but you really miss it?
On Saturday mornings? No, I usually was annoyed. But I miss my grandmother used to cook our dinner from Friday night. And she would surprise us with either a pudding, or the rock bun or something. So after you have lunch, know what she bringing, because she hide what she bake. Because by the time you come from school, it's already baked. She put it away, so you're just excited to see what she bake. And oh my God.
Yeah, describe a rock bun for me, Michelle.
It went kind of look like one rock stone, how she did it.
Okay.
Like one ugly rock stone, like it just look.
Yes.
It just drops or bloop.
Yeah. But oh my God.
But it had coconut pieces in it?
Yeah, so you could see it on the top also. Like once you look at it, you could see it.
So the difference between Toto and rock bun is that Toto has baking powder in it.
Oh.
And the rock bun,
the white stuff at the bottom usually.
And yes. And the baking powder allow the Toto to swell and become puffy. The rock button have nothing like to swell it up. So when you throw it down, it drops and it bakes that way. But it tastes good, Lord of mercy. It's not.
My God.
It's not by.
Yeah, so that was fun for us.
Yeah, it's not by texture why it's called rock, but rather by look.
Yeah, it looked like a rock stone.
It looked like a rock stone.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
didn't do much. I told you guys, I didn't do much growing up. Church and school.
There's a time when I used to go market on some Saturday mornings, and I kind of miss it. I kind of miss not going to the market as a, then it's in the central Jamaica, it's real country, it's a fresh food and items that you see in the market, and I kind of miss not doing that no more.
Well, you know what? There's a picture that came to mind when you said market a while ago. On a Saturday morning, if I'm not out going into the bushes and stuff, and I'd go down to a Rockabessa, there's a vibrancy in the market, the Rockabessa market, that exists nowhere else. Because that's where you saw little vans, little trucks that come from the Dressikis and the Gales and all around, come to the market, and the bulk store, Miss Ten or Miss Chim, and they park up and they load up their vans, getting ready to go back to those shops that send them out. That was kind of unique, because these shops in the countries, way up in the countries, would send these vans to buy flour and sugar and butter and all the cheese and everything, and they would load up and head back out to the country. And then the marketplace now, the market itself, that it only has a top, just the they call it the zinc roof, right? The zinc roof, and then it's open air. So people would have the various stands selling yam and banana and cocoa, and the stand that I used to love was the stand that sold like onion and scallion and thyme, because it has a different kind of smell. That's where the seasoning was. So you get to smell these things, onion and thyme and all the pepper and all of these things. It was really a different kind of feeling. And I don't remember even having that feeling anywhere anytime again. It's not there. It's not there. Because people, fish, people sell fish, people sell orange, people sell all different kind of stuff.
Yes.
That doesn't exist anymore.
I really miss it. It's not the same to go supermarket and pick things up,
Yes.
You should go bend down. You should go bend down. You might get that feeling again. Bend down in Chilon.
Every now and again, I try and find one and stop for a few minutes. But, sometimes it can be so frustrating when you walk in there. The market never smelled like fish. But now when you walk into the fish area, it's like, it just don't look right.
Yeah. I remember Mr. Forrester.
As much, and people just have the things thrown down and them have it on a little push cart and thing. It used to be on a cloth or something, and then they put it down. But
well, you should try bend down. Bend down is
bend down. What are you talking about?
No, bend down market in Trelawney.
Oh, I have to go Falmouth.
Yeah, Falmouth. You go there, you experience. When I go there, it's the same experience.
Okay.
With the
Andrea said she's a library girl, so she used to go to the library on Saturday. I was studious.
Oh, nice. Some people go to the library sometimes. That's true.
Freeway Market had a butcher shop in there.
Yes.
It's the only part of the market that's enclosed. It's enclosed with mesh, right? And when you walk, Mr. Forrester looked like a butcher. You know what a butcher looked like?
Yeah.
It looked like the cow himself, right?
Oh, no, they never look like a cow. I thought you were meaning the clothes, their attire. Like what
it is tall, really dark, eyes really big, and he carries a big knife and a cutlass with him, right?
And it looked like the cow.
Yeah, to me,
wicked.
Do you know that people used to buy the fat of the cow, the fat to make oil, right?
Yeah, you
And
told
then,
us.
yeah, and then he had different chops of meat on the various parts of the table. And then people would come in and go to the various parts to pick up, and he measures it, puts it on his scale, and he said, "This is 10 pound or 5 pound or 2 pound or whatever it is." I think he only sold beef though. He didn't sell goat and sheep and that. Only beef.
I used to love a coattail.
So what did you do, Dr. Dana? You said you just went to market?
I'd go to the market sometimes, not all the time, but I really kind of enjoyed it. As I look back, it's one of the things that I would happily do. In terms of routine, it was tidying the house morning, and you just get into that of tidying the house and be miserable at washing uniform and making sure that you get all of that ready for school for the next week. And if there was homework, if you had to go to the library on a special thing, then you would probably go to the library and depending on what needed to be done or what age and stage you were. But mainly it was around the house and tidying the house.
As a teenager.
And listening to radio. And if you're still idling, you probably listen to Racehorse too, because it on.
I'm gonna ask a question about that Racehorse thing there. As a teenager, I learned to shop at Spanish Town Market. Loved going to the grass yard area for bargain. That's where I learned to get the best phone. Question.
Hold on. Johnny the Plaza says, chores and gather laundry for washing, then prepare to watch Soul Train and American Bandstand. Read a book or watch a movie for someone. Sunny days, clean up and play in the yard. Shereen Hall says, Michelle, I used to go to church on Saturdays as well. I am still a Seventh Day. Sandra said we used to work like a donkey. We don't miss that. Leroy Hogg says, afternoon all. Lou Wilson says, Saturday morning we did chores like going to get firewood for the next week, clean the floors with coconut brush and Rexo polish, and then go to the Mandeville market and shop and bring back patties and cocoa bread. Lord, me miss the patties, not the other things. Angela says, good morning. First time listening to the program, very informative.
I keep wondering, I was reading the Gleaner this morning, and I've read it all the time. On a Saturday morning, they always have racehorse in the sports section. Why is horse racing in the sports section? Isn't that a big
thing?
Huh?
A sport.
Of course, that's a big thing.
How is that a sport? I'm gambling that.
It's a sport of kings. If you call that gambling, well, then so be it.
I'm gambling that. No, listen, we can't even bet on our own athletes when they go Olympics, but we can bet on ours. What kind of foolishness is that?
Listen, we don't have the time, but
it can be Tuesday's argument.
Industry, the horse race industry do their own thing, because even with COVID, they were still open, doing their own thing where everything else was shut down. So that would have to be another whole conversation, and we only have 4 minutes.
Oh, is that right? All right, okay. On the start now, Michelle, take it.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our program. It was a pleasure. Remember, we're on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Remember, COVID is still a thing, so wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, get the vaccine if you're so inclined, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you very much, colleagues and friends online. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for spending the time with us. As always, it was good just to talk. And I really want to thank Leo for sharing his story from a man's perspective, admitting that, yes, men can do and will get sick. And yes, they need to talk about their emotions from time to time. So just bring up our boys to appreciate the fact that they should. But before I go, for all of my friends out in cold country, I just want to show you the clothes, the beautiful clothes out there, just so that it can be a little bit, remind you of what Jamaican home is, eh? Nice green and getting some real pretty clothes.
That's a lot, Dr. Diana. Thank you.
Sharing.
Yo, you done? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I missed even text this morning from a very important text. Leo, I loved that experience with the brain. In 2011, they had a stroke, then had a grand mass in 2012, arms, the scariest experience I ever had, the scariest experience I've ever had. The scariest experience I've ever had, I remember it like it was yesterday. The following day, he asked, why am I in the hospital? Her husband had a stroke. For a while, he couldn't remember a lot of things. I think he's still suffering some brain damage right now. Oh my gosh. Angel says, go for 7 mandatory years. Ashley says, trying to join the show, but I'm getting 2 links. Mandatory 7 years and principal at the same time. I did get the principal automatically, but the discussion is about the declaration, which I need to read up on. Never heard of it. So we had some people that were sending me text also because I wasn't reading the thing on YouTube. I'm so sorry, guys. and I thank you for joining. We'll see you again Tuesday night, same place, different time, 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. It's good to have both Michelle and Diana here this morning. Thank you, guys, and then we'll see you again Tuesday night. Have a wonderful evening.
All right, bye. Take care. Have fun. Keep safe.